Good morning, all of you. In this lecture, today we are going to deal with the topic migration, which is again a socio-economic problem under the subject social and marketing research for BBA 405 code. Okay. In this lecture, we will deal with the what are the causes of migration, how we are defining the term migration, and what are the remedies taken by our government to remove this problem. As we heard about the word migration, the first thing which comes in our mind, that are we talking about the people who are homeless, or are we talking about the people who are not having any permanent address in this nation? Are we talking about these people? Yeah, we are correct. If we are thinking just like this, it is somewhere related to migration, because in India migration is once again a social economic problem, because the total number of, if you talk about the population, out of the total population, it constitutes about the 37% of people are either migrated on any of these two bases, on any of these two bases. Okay. As we are talking about the census of India migration, it is enumerated on two bases. The first one, if you will say that, sir, from where you are taking this data that 37% of people are migrated, so if you have to verify this data that 37% of people are migrated, you can check it through the census of India, because in 2011 census of India, migration is enumerated on two bases. The first base was place of birth. The place of birth, it means if the place of birth is different from the place of enumeration. Enumeration means the place from where we are earning, the place where we are currently residing. If it is the difference between the place of birth and the place of enumeration, then it is known as the lifetime migrant. We will never moving to these places. They are also considered as a migration. The second base is that place of residence. If the place of last residence is different from the place of enumeration, again the place where we were residing in at the last, like 6 months before, 1 year before, 3 years before. So in this case, that is the difference between the place of residence and the place of enumeration. Then again, it is known as the migrant by place of last residence. It means we can say that there are two types of migration as per the census of India: lifetime migrant and migrant by place of last residence. So on the basis of these two, we can see that there were 37% people were reported migrants of place of last residence. That is the second type, place of last residence. They have changed their place. So one thing comes in our mind: why they are frequently changing their places? Why it is so? Somewhere it is the need of their occupation, or it is the need of their job. Due to job they were changing their places, last residence, or because they were not getting the enough facilities, or they were not getting the livelihood at the last residence. That's why they have changed. They were not getting the basic facilities, education, hospitality, infrastructure. That's why they have changed. What was the major reason for these migrations? So here we will discuss about all these reasons that why the place of last residence is counted about 37%. Okay. Now here we will see that the causes of migration. What are the major causes of migration? Generally are emotionally attached to their place of birth. If we are talking about that why a person is leaving his place of birth, so here, place of birth. So no one wants to leave his place of birth. But if a person doesn't find any income from the place of birth, he doesn't find a job at the place of birth, he doesn't find the basic amenities, the facilities for which he is striving, so he changes place. So he moves from that place. But millions of people leave their places of birth and residence. There could be a variety of reasons. So these variety of reasons can be put into two broad categories. The first category is push factor, and the second category is the pull factor. One by one, we will discuss these two factors. The push factor. These cause people to leave their place of origin, residence, or origin. Why it is so? It is due to the many regions push factor, because push factor is like the person doesn't find his livelihood. He can't earn his livelihood from the place of birth. So he has moved from that place. He can't find a job at that place. He has moved from that place. He can't find the higher education facilities. He can't find the hospitality services. He can't find the infrastructure at these places. The If we are talking about the basic amenities, the housing facilities, drinking water, sanitation, disposal of water, these facilities were not provided at that place. So for these reasons, he has changed his place of residence or origin. So these will be coming under the push factor. In many more regions, there are many minute reasons also there. Like if a person got married, yes, and he is living at his in-laws house. Again, it's a part of the place of residence or origin because he has left that place. But he has left that place out of some benefit. Either it can be profitable or non-profitable. So it's also coming under the push factor. Just take the example of in Bihar, Gopalganj, Siwan, Kishanganj. If you will just go for the survey of the peoples of these places residing abroad, you will find that from every family there is a person in the Gulf countries. Why that? From every family there is a person in the Gulf countries? No doubt. Because in Siwan and Gopalganj, they were not having that much of earning. What they are earning in these Gulf countries, in the Saudi Arab, Kuwait, Pakistan, Qatar, these are the many countries where they all are earning, and they will not find these earnings in their native places. So they have moved from these places. So we can say that they have migrated. But most of them were migrated as only as an earning member. Their family is still residing there. These are the push factor. The second one is the pull factor. So pull factor some when something attracts you, some places attracts you. Either there may be many reasons for the attraction. These attractions are which attract the people from different places. In India, people migrate from rural to urban areas mainly due to poverty, high population pressures on the land, lack of basic infrastructure facilities like healthcare, education, etc. So, if the person is moving for all these reasons, it will be coming under the pull factor. Okay, so here we can categorize the causes of migration in the two major broad categories. Now, this migration has the positive impact as well as negative impact. First of all, we will go for the positive side. That what are the positive impact of migration? The positive impact of the migration is again, if we are taking the first point, that is coming the push factor. Unemployment is reduced and people get better job opportunities. Just think if all the people of Gopalganj and Siwan, Kishanganj, who are earning in the Gulf countries, if they don't move to these Gulf countries, what they will be called? They will be called as the unemployed, or they will be getting the seasonal unemployment, and their income will be low. They must be facing the many social economic problems. But when they are earning abroad, they are earning a lot. They are they have removed, they have eradicated these socio-economic problems. So people get the better job opportunities because in rural areas there is no more opportunities for them, but they're moving towards the urban areas, metro cities. They have the better job opportunities. Migration helps in improving the quality of life of people, no doubt. When you will move from rural to urban areas, rural to metro areas, rural to tier 1, tier 2 cities. It means somewhere you will face the quality of life, the living of a standard. And when you will start earning, automatically it will improve the quality of life of people or the living standard of the people. So these are the positive impacts. The third point, it helps to improve social life of people as they learn about new culture, customs, and languages, which helps to improve brotherhood among people. No doubt, if a person has moved from the rural area to the urban area, it will also improve his social life because in rural areas you will see how the people are entertaining, how the leisure time they are spending, what are the facilities they are having, and what are the facilities a person is having in the urban areas in the social life. And he learns about the new culture, new customs, new languages, which helps to improve brotherhood among those social groups where he is residing now. So these are the positive impact, and somewhere these positive impacts are also contributing in our economy and leading our country ahead. So it's a positive factor. We can't say that these are the reasons or they are the drawbacks of migration. Now, after having a positive impact, now we will look for the negative impact of migration. The first point, the loss of a person from rural areas, impact on the level of output and development of rural areas. Because a day will come because no one wants to now reside in the rural areas because they are thinking that they are not living their life. If they want to enjoy their life, if they want to know the actual meaning of their life, they have to move to metro cities. They have to move to urban areas. So if all the people with rural areas will move towards the urban areas, what will happen? What will happen to the development of those rural areas? Nobody wants to live in the rural areas. What will happen? No doubt, it will be less developed or it will be the neglected area. The second negative impact is the influx of workers in urban areas increases competition for the job, houses, school facilities, etc. Influx of labor here means the excessive number of laborers, excessive number of workers, which has moved from the rural areas to the urban areas. Due to them, the competition has been increases, and no doubt the company is earning more. They have also reduced the real wages due to the excessive supply of the workers in the urban areas. No doubt, in schools they are charging more money. The rent of the houses increasing because it is in demand because people moving from remote areas, rural areas to the urban areas. He don't have a house. He will need a house. So he will need it on a rent. So the rent of these areas were increasing. So these are again the negative impact. Having large population puts too much pressure on the natural resources, amenities, and services. You will see that. Just take a very common example of the tax which the municipal corporation is taking against our services. You will see that these municipal corporations were existing in the urban areas. However, in villages, there were no tax. They were not paying any type of tax, cleaning services, water facilities. Why it is so? Because due to the population pressure in cities, they have to clean the city. They have to provide the water. They have to provide the electricity. They have to provide the many more things. For these, they are paying much. Why it is so? Because it is in the demand due to the large population which has moved from the rural areas to the urban areas. The last one, it is difficult for a villager to survive in urban areas because in urban areas there is no natural environment and pure air. They have to pay for each and everything. However, if a person if a person is earning from the urban area, it's his compulsion to live there. But if he has came to that urban area with his whole family, I'm specifically talking about the older age people, the people who has spent almost 60 years of his life in the rural areas, and now due to the compulsion of the occupation of his child of his ward, he has moved to the urban areas. So here he'll be not feeling easy. He can't be adopted in that urban area society, and he will again missing those natural environment and the pure area. Even if you want to go for the morning walk in a particular garden or in any park, you have to pay. It means you have to pay for the pure air or the natural environment. That's why it is written here. They have to pay for each and everything, whatever they are using. Okay, so in this topic, we have studied about the concept of migration, the facts, the figures, the causes of migration. We have seen the positive impact as well as the negative impact and how it can be removed. If we are saying that how it can be removed, just think if the number of people are increasing day by day, then what are the remedies which can be taken against it? It can be only available through the providing the job opportunities in their birthplaces. at their residing places, then only this can be stopped. Because the maximum number of people who are moving from one place to another place is due to the job requirement. If they will get the job at their local areas, at their native places, they won't move here and there. That is the main reason for the migration. Okay, thank you for